Hi, I'm Christopher Dunnigan. This is HandmadeInVermont.com, and today we're talking about the Hubbardton Forge Volterra table lamp. This is the 27, 21, 22. There's some other really beautiful Volterra fixtures in the line. There's a circular pendant that can go in your entryway. There's a beautiful linear pendant, and that's in our dining pendant section, so check that out. That can go over your dining room table. Let's get into the size of the fixture itself. 35.5 inches overall height from the very top of the table to the top of that shade. The diameter is coming in at 22 inches, and that's going to be your drum shade, and we'll talk about that in just a second. It's coming in also at 12 pounds, so it's a pretty good size. The base on it is 7.5 inches in diameter. Okay, little details about that. Why don't we touch on the shade really quick? So it's going to be using Hubbardton Forge's Natural White Anna, which is a pure white. It's a beautiful weave, kind of like your best Brooks Brothers shirt. The inside has a reflective material, but light can still go through it. But a lot of your light's going to be going up. This is an empire. An empire is just slightly tilted in, so always remember that. Drums go straight up, and conicals go way in. This is an empire. The top of it's very open, so a lot of light is going to leave this and hit your ceiling and bounce around the room, but you're also going to get a lot of light out of the bottom that could go in your book, but it's also going to come down and wash over that beautiful piece of alabaster, and then the top of it, that's your spider. That goes on a harp, which we'll talk about in just a second. So this is using a natural alabaster piece, all kind of ruggedly done, and the light is going to come down and kind of bathe it. Really beautiful. And all the alabaster is one of a kind, so it's always going to be a little tiny bit different because it's a natural material. Always remember that. Let's talk about what's going on inside of this as far as lamping goes. It's going to be using a medium-based socket. There's an on-off switch right here. It's a little turn knob. You can hear it click. Clicking on and off. It's also a dimmer, so there's a little microchip hiding inside of this, and that's going to control the dimming aspect of this fixture. The other thing you're going to notice on the page for this on Handmade in Vermont, there's a little note about the color, the finish of the socket and the harp kind of correlates to the finish of the fixture that you get. So just kind of notice that little detail there. It's going to be using a regular screw-in bulb, so there's nothing special about it. We all grew up with these. Very easy. The recommended bulb, if you want to stick with incandescent, is going to be an A19 60 watt. However, a lot of you are not going to do that. You're going to go for LEDs because there's so many good ones. Now I'm going to talk about the difference between these old school LEDs that have that white plastic shell and the newer ones, which are clear. And the one thing about them is this throws light, oops, let's go back to put it down there. This throws light kind of out that way, and this hard part on the bottom has the microchip in it, and that kind of blocks light going down. And the deal with this fixture is I want to see light going down, straight down, and hitting that alabaster. I want to see it kind of reflecting off it and picking up all the shades, the different shades of color in it. It's mostly white, but there's going to be a variation in it too. The nice thing about these is it's unobstructed. That chip is way in the bottom, so the light is going to go in all directions, and that's what we like to see. Now, A19, you can still stick with that for an LED, but I've played around with this, and this is an A20. So this is your A19, this is an A20. I can find this up to a 100 watt equivalent, easy, and that's going to be like in an Ace Hardware store or a Home Depot or something like that, maybe a Walmart. True Value too. But this one I can find online, and I can find this up to 150, and I think once I found it to a 200 watt equivalent, but it happened to be a 5,000 Kelvin bulb, which I'm not crazy about, and I'll mention that in a second. But if you're going kind of middle of the road, you should be able to find this up to 150 watt equivalent, and that's going to be quite a bit of light. And then, like I said before, up to a 200 watt equivalent as well. This will fit in that harp. You just have to kind of put the harp onto it, put the bulb in first, and then put the harp on after that, and it'll fit in there okay. They're going to offer these bulbs to you in all kinds of different ways. We talk about that in all these videos. They're going to offer these to you in 2700 Kelvin. That's going to be a super yellow light. But like I mentioned a second ago, the daylight one, that's the 5,000, 4,000, 5,000, 6,000 Kelvin on that Kelvin scale. That's a super bluish white light, and that's kind of like an overcast day. Don't think it's going to be great in this, but you get the most lumens out of the whitest light, so kind of remember that. I don't know what your needs are at the end of the day, but usually 150 to a 200 watt equivalent LED bulb is going to be more than anybody needs, with the ability to dim it down, don't forget. So circling back, what we like to use in our showroom is warm white, soft white, 3,000 Kelvin, and that's what's coming down on this desk right here from these 3,000 Kelvin bulbs above us. So that's what we like to use here, and it's basically this bulb at the end of the day. In any event, just make sure whichever one you get a dimmable version of the bulb. That's going to be super important to you. Let's get into metal finishes now. If you are on the HandmadeInVermont.com website, look over in the red tabs with the pictures in them over there. You're going to see a Finishes Help Guide tab. Open that up for me. It's going to be a video there of me talking to you guys about the differences in Hubbardton forged finishes, how they can look on different types of forging. I'm going to be referencing a chart just down below, so scroll down a little bit. You're going to see a chart. You can click on that chart, so you can click on dark smoke, you can click on soft gold, doesn't matter. Big page will pop up showing you lots of different things in that finish. You can go back to the chart and you'll notice there's letters A's on them, letter B's on some of those things, and that's going to be showing you this range of variants that you can expect to see on different translucent finishes, but I'll talk about all of that in the video, okay? Okay, showroom. Our showroom in Vermont has over 400 Hubbardton Forge fixtures. This is the biggest showroom in the world of Hubbardton Forge. No other showroom is like this. Hubbardton Forge doesn't even have their own showroom. They use this one. What's on display? We have a great tab on that. In those same red tabs, you're going to see a What's on Display page. So open that up. It's going to show you everything we have on display, and including which finish, which shade, all of those things, and what kind of glass it's on there. We're open every day except Sunday, 11 to 6. I'm here every day except Sunday from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Eastern Time. We also have an amazing clearance center. Clearance center stuff is 75% off MSRP. It's returns, discontinued stuff, showroom samples. You have to come here to use it. Can't call us or email us about it, but it's definitely worth coming in to look at if you're in Vermont. Plus you want to use the showroom anyway because there's just so much great stuff here to see. Our number in Vermont, 802-446-2400. You can email us 7 days a week, 24 hours a day. Love to answer emails, and it's sales@HandmadeInVermont.com. So when you order from HandmadeInVermont.com, shipping is going to be free to every state except Alaska and Hawaii. No tax if we ship out of the state of Vermont. And we're the only dealer with 90-day returns, no restocking fee. Nobody else does that. Some larger items are going to be non-returnable. It's going to be really important that you are looking at the fixture on that page and kind of scroll down under the description. It'll tell you if that is the case. And that's usually for really big, giant, huge fixtures, mostly that go out on pallets. Okay, that's it. Rush program. Let's talk about that. So rush program, Hubbardton Forge generally takes about 3 to 4 weeks to go out the door. That's production time before your transit time. You always have to add that on too. We offer a rush program that takes you from that 3 to 4 weeks down to a little under 2 weeks. It's a very small addition per line item. So if you have like 1, 2, 3 items, like let's say 3 or 4 outdoor sconces, and they're all the same size and they're all the same finish, that's one line item. So it's very inexpensive to rush those kind of things. Don't be afraid to email us and ask about that. Okay, so that's really it. If you guys have any other questions, let us know. We would love to see you in our showroom sometime. And thanks for stopping in.